Oh boy, and we're live, I guess. Cool. Yeah, here we are. Tremendous. I don't know why it says there's only an hour left in the stream. That's a little bizarre. Here we are, people. How are we all on this fine day? Yeah, I had to talk to someone for a minute. Naturally, right as I go to get my water, someone has to talk to me. Yeah, I think they know, Koji. This backdrop is a color page that Ban did with the characters from his comic. So I decided to put it in the back. I'm gonna put the chat up in a bit. I'm just gonna let you guys look at it for a bit, because like half of it's cut off when I put the chat up. So I figured I'd let everyone get a view of most of it. Hold on, I have to disappear for a second. Ooh, there you go. There's the full picture. Alright, now I'm back. Yeah, so Ban's art does look great as a background. Ban's art looks great in general. You're hungry? Well, you should eat something then. I feel like that's a relatively intelligent idea. Man, studio's being weird. It's telling me it's alive, but it also says there's only an hour left. How fucking bizarre. Band. Band is one of the moderators on my server. He's making a comic. I don't know what the comic's name is yet. He says that he's thought of one, but he may have not finalized it yet. Alright, I need to make sure I have the right song linked in the description. Wait, no, that's not it. That's the wrong one. Alright, how many people do we have in here? 12? Alright, people can rewind now. We can show the chat now. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it's banned, not banned. Dradagoat asks, Misc, what's your favorite manga and why? It's Jujutsu Kaisen. I love it a lot because I think it's great. I don't have a lot of specific reasons I can think of off the top of my head. I just kind of like just about everything in it. Yeah. Koji says, I love Baldur's character. He just looks funky and energetic. That's a word for it. Ban says, yeah, ban, not ban. Kanye says, new Jujutsu chapter was hype. Oh, you fucking bet it was. I think that's one of the better chapters we've gotten in a while. Thinking about it, that was a fucking great chapter. Alright, let's ping everyone on the server to remind them the stream has started. Let's be real fucking annoying, alright? Yay, the thumbnail's showing up. By the way, credit to Euler, who's in the chat right now, for making the thumbnail for my streams. Well, he made one thumbnail, but I'm just gonna use it for all of them, because these are just my general streams. So don't really need any specific changes in them for stream to stream. MJ says, my curse technique is my personality. It repels everyone. Nice. A truly cursed fate. Also, I've decided to put on my big brain, my big thinking cap, and I realized, wait, instead of using YouTube, which has autoplay, and for some reason stops looping after a certain time, I can just play the audio file on my computer and loop it. I'm so intelligent. Dradagoat said, this chapter was my top 5 best chapter. I don't know if it's top 5. I'll have to think about it for a while, but it was certainly very good. Probably a 10 out of 10 chapter, to be honest. Kanye says, thanks, Euler. Koji said, we now know the bitchy tier of that hierarchy in the last chapter. Yeah, kind of. Gamer Doggo said, me versus you? I don't know what you're talking about here, my guy. Commissar Purity said, gonna vibe here while I study Roman history. Excellent. That is the intention of, well, most of my content, is you can just listen to it while you do other stuff. Koji asked, random question, do you eat your cereal with a spoon or like a soup? I eat soup with a spoon. This seems a little redundant. MJ says, Caligula, best Roman emperor. Maybe the most interesting Roman emperor. I don't know about the best. Euler says 200 IQ. Kanye says Maki needs a buff. Well, yeah, that's what we've been saying, is that Maki is going to get a buff. That's what she wants now, is to get a buff. Suneater Grom says, hey Misc, Mozzarella Custard did a video called How Strong is Lutien, and Mysterious Weeb actually commented on it. Oh yeah, I think I saw that in my recommended or something. I have to check that out. Because I saw a bit of one of his videos, and it seemed pretty much up my my alley. Daniel said, don't know how Maki's gonna live through this one. Simple. She can just flex to stop her insides from falling out, and then maybe Mai will figure out how to do reverse cursed or something. I don't know. In fact, as long as you keep your insides from falling out, you can just staple your stomach closed. So, it'll work out. Trust me, it'll be fine. Commissar Purity said, I'm studying Diocletian? My god, it's so boring. Sounds boring. I don't even know what the fuck that is, and I'm in a classical studies course. Moridan said, hello, Misc. Are you planning to do streams every week from now on? I may even do them more than once a week. So I decided to do this today because there was no Black Clover chapter review, but I kind of still wanted to do something. But didn't really have the motivation to do a bunch of editing and stuff, and I also didn't have an idea for what to do, like a video, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll do a live stream. So these will be streams that I do whenever I'm 1, bored, and 2, don't have anything else I need to do, and 3, have the time for it. So we'll do these fairly regularly. Kentrell Mitchell said, fellow history enthusiast. And Commissar said, Caligula was definitely not interesting. His whole character was just being an evil drunk bastard, Lamau. I was being polite when I said interesting. Is he the most insane Roman emperor? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think I know enough about most of them. Euler says, I just feel bad for Maki. She only got L's since she fought Mai. Yeah. Maki has a not great track record. To be fair, ever since fighting Mai, she's only fought, 3 other people now? And there are 3 people that are stronger than her, so... Dradagoat said, Caesar is the best Roman emperor, you buffoon. Well, Caesar's like the first Roman emperor, so... well, yeah, to be fair, a lot of them were just kind of going downhill from there. Koji says, just want to see her be a walking arsenal of cursed tools, just like, oh yeah, a reference to our D&D campaign. Kanye says, are you hyped for the new fight in Kengan? Yeah, I am. I personally have been kind of looking forward to see what's up with Liu. I like Neitoku a bit. I think he's probably the worm member on the Kengan team, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. Kentrell says, what's Diocletian? I was about to Google that, and then Commissar explains Diocletian is the guy who created the whole 4 emperors system. It was just an excuse to be lazy on his part. Oh, I love shit like that in history. Kanye says, look, Toji lived for a couple seconds after having all of his insides blown out. Not all of his insides, but his heart was gone. And that's kind of one of the things that's essential to not being dead. So, yeah. I mean, you don't... As long as your brain isn't destroyed, you'll be alive for a few moments. But, yeah. Daniel says, yo, Mai will learn reverse curse technique like Gojo when he got caught by Toji. Maybe. It's also possible that she could figure out how to use creation to heal people. Like, create biological matter. That'd be pretty... Think about it now. Depending on what exactly Ogi's technique is, he added a blade onto his broken sword. What if Mai learns how to use creation to add onto something else, like, I don't know, adding flesh onto a wound to heal it, basically. Think about it. It's a possibility, I suppose. Or she'll just learn reverse curse technique. Skin says, I like how everyone is talking about Ogi murdering his own daughters when Junichi is planning to frame and execute his own grandson. Where was it confirmed that Junichi was Toji's dad? I thought people were saying he was his brother. I don't think it was ever confirmed that he was his dad. Random says, best Roman emperor is Augustus, in my opinion. Augustus was pretty good. Augustus, post being Octavius. Or was it Octavian? I don't remember. After renaming himself Augustus. That was when he kind of went well. Kind of got a lot better. Gamer Doggo says, are you training for your boxing match with Mysterious Weeb? You know it. All the doping in the world. Moridan says, Romulus is best. Alright, there we go. Chat reloading. Sunny DeGrom says you should check it out just to see how many fights Luthien loses and wins at something. Oh, does he have that in there? Oh, well then I'll probably definitely check that out then. Det says Maki is deadly now. I think that tool is a buff. Buff or bluff? Well, yeah, definitely buff. It's really fucking useful. I had an idea for a character having a technique like that, and I was trying to figure out, is that a grade 1 technique, being able to absorb and manipulate cursed energy from attacks and from other people? But apparently, Juzo was ahead of me. So yeah, that tool is definitely a buff, and some people think that Maki will use it to somehow remove all the cursed energy from her body. And I kind of get the idea for how that works, but that would make Keel, I'm not calling it Dragonbone, that would make Keel a very strong curse tool. Kentrell asked, how was your day, Misc? Pretty good. Pretty good. It's Sunday, the worst day of the weekend, but other than that, it's pretty alright. I've just kind of been chilling, vibing, hence the Sunday vibes. So yeah. Koji said Romulus betrayed his brother. Yeah, welcome to... Okay, that's like fucking common around that time. Like ancient Rome, ancient Greece, yeah, people were fucking betraying and murdering their own family members all the time. Yeah. Daniel says Dagon, Jogo, and Ogi, those are the people Maki fought after Mai. Yeah, so she went from fighting people who are shit tier to people that are like high tier. And Maki is, in terms of power, like mid tier. So, well, not great. Not great for her. Kanye says she's only fought special grades in her father. Yeah, not really great for, Oh, and Daniel, you forgot about Hanami. Does Jogo really count? Does it really count as fighting Jogo? Commissar says the most insane was one unknown emperor from the 30 fodder emperors. The guy wanted Roman soldiers to fly by flapping their shields. Was killed real quick by the Praetorian Guard. Holy fuck. Listen, this is why having, like, absolute rulers and, bloodline to determine who's in charge, like having a monarchy, is the worst fucking system ever. Because it will lead to you having incompetent, insane, evil or any mixture of the three as a ruler at some point, and you won't really be able to do anything to get rid of them other than to fucking murder them. Bob says, that background, pretty nice. You know it. Koji says, Misc, just wait for it. Liu won't be a jobber, Purgatory's first strong one. I mean, Lebanner wasn't a jobber. Neither was Nidon. Calm down now. And I don't consider Jiroda a jobber. You're just being negative. Davion4 said, you think Maki finna give Yuji a cursed tool? If so, what weapon? Nah, I don't think Yuji's gonna be using cursed tools anymore. He doesn't need them. Like, that was a one-time thing for when he, you know, couldn't manipulate cursed energy yet, but now that he can, he doesn't have a need for it. Koji says Nitoku will be the jobber. Maybe. He said he's on the job, so. Griever, who's in the chat, said, great chapter for all Maki fans. You bet it is. Commissar said, and by the way, Vespasian Flavius was the best emperor, turned a shit situation into a great one, and built the Colosseum. He's also got my same name. Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Sunny said Nitoku's on the job. You know it. Okay, the chat has a lot of people in it, so I'm gonna go into VC before I forget. Oop. I'm in the streaming VC if you want to join. Ooh. Alright, what do we have here? Oh shit, we have a lot of messages. Jesus Christ. Daniel says, I love your creativity with that my scenario. Yeah, well, I didn't think of it all myself. I had heard some other people suggesting she'll learn Reverse Curse. And I think I saw at least one other person consider that she could figure out how to use creation to heal people. But sounds like a pretty good idea to me. Ban says, sounds like some JoJo shit. Koji says, Maki fans, rise up. Bob says, Mai doesn't have a lot of cursed energy, though. Adding an organ would be a bit much. Maybe a bit of skin or something? Yeah. Well, just a bit of skin would be enough to, like, not force Maki to be constantly holding her intestines in, so. Commissar says, just realized that the higher-ups are basically the Roman Senate and Caesar was Gojo. That is an interesting comparison. Kentrell says, Misc, which Jujutsu character would you like to hang out with the most? I feel like I vibe with Megami the most, as like a person to hang out with. Probably him. Skin says, I like how while Japan has been taken over by curses, Gojo, the pinnacle of the Jujutsu world, has been captured, and while the whole world is still in danger, the Zenin are fighting about who will be the head. That's the Zenin clan for you. Bob says, Misc, absorbing and manipulating cursed energy would be some Quincy shit. Yeah, it would. Ban says, it's called Dragon Bone in the official. Yeah, I remember seeing some stuff when, after the fact, because I go back after I read the chapter to see, like, discussion boards when leaks were coming out. People were doing, direct translations of the kanji or whatever, and it was called Dragon Bone. But that was, like, the most literal translation of it. And the more actual translation is keel, like the keel of a ship. ASVP says, stop putting spoilers on your thumbnails and titles, please. Well, I don't really put spoilers in the thumbnails. I have to put something in the thumbnail, otherwise, like, people aren't going to click on it. And for the titles, I generally keep them, like, as little spoilery as possible. I guess the review title was a little spoilery, so I could probably change that one. But Neve says, yeah, rip. Red Hood says, have you seen Castlevania? I have seen the first 3 seasons, and I don't have a Netflix subscription anymore to watch the 4th, so I'll have to get a new, I'll have to, like, renew my Netflix, or I'll just find some place to watch it. Det says, lol, bro, I can't wait for Maki to slap up her dad so we can get to Hikari. Well, I was kind of looking more forward to this. I think the order of interest for me was Maki doing stuff with the Zenin and then Hikari. So I'm actually pretty glad we got this first. Zephyr says, Maki's keel sword reminds me of Black Panther's armor. It absorbs kinetic energy and redistributes it. Yeah, I was thinking it's like a kinetic energy thing. ASVP says, I want to go in blindly and then take in your videos. Well, just don't watch them, I guess. Like, listen, if it's a Maki-centric chapter, I'm not going to be able to do anything to not reveal that in a thumbnail. Euler says, only in English and Portuguese it's keel too. Yeah, apparently in the Spanish one it's also keel. Griever says, yeah, it's Dragonbone, which I don't mind. Keel reminds me of a piece of chicken or a ship. I think it's supposed to be about how it redirects cursed energy. I mean, Dragonbone is cool, but I don't think it conveys the meaning as much. Skin says, I mean, Maki isn't strong at all, to be honest. Well, not in regards to, you know, other characters now. But that's why she's got to catch up. I mean, the idea with Maki is that she's in a situation where she can't really compete with a lot of strong sorcerers because of how things work. Like, not having a technique, not being able to manipulate cursed energy is a huge hindrance. And it's very clear for when we see Maki fight. ASVP repeats what he said earlier. The real Medell said, Wuhei is rolling in his grave when Alan Wu died. You bet. Dude, you're just repeating the same thing now, alright? Like, you're literally copy and pasting your message. Koji says, ancient times be like, murdering was my granddad's hobby. He killed his son, Mauricio, because Zeus gave him a chocolate coin. Yeah, basically. Sun Eater Grom says he's doing Nicholas next. Fantastic. Koji says, monarchy just brings more cockiness to the crown. No, it brings other problems. Kanye says, history is incredibly hilarious. Yeah, it is. Euler said, come on, Griever, imagine if you called something teeth on your piece of art and some random just called it keyboard. Makes zero sense. I gotcha. Commissar says, Yuji not ready for curse tools. No, oh fuck, did I misspeak? They gave him curse tools because he wasn't able to manipulate his own cursed energy yet. Now that he has it, he doesn't really need one. Like, I guess you could give him one, and that would help, but he doesn't really need one. Bob says Yuji graduated from training wheels. Yeah, that's what Slaughter Demon was. It was like training wheels. Davian said, I meant like a cursed gauntlet or brass knuckles. I mean, yeah, that would work. That's a weird one. Daniel says, now he has a piece of shit, but he looks at ass, so he's a man of culture. Ah, yes. Ah, what a shame. Koji says, I'm gonna munch on some ramen. Good for you. Gamer says, which side are you on? Team Grando versus Team Mysterious Weeb. Oh, are they fighting or something? I don't care. Jadagoat says, what if her skin gets reinforced? I guess she could take less damage. Bob says, wait, would the reverse curse version of creation be destruction? No, reverse curse... Okay, this is confusing naming conventions. Reverse curse technique is not a reverse of a curse technique. It's a technique in which you reverse cursed energy to turn it into positive energy and heal people. The thing Gojo does with red isn't reversing. I think it'd be more accurate to say, like, curse technique inversion, because he's just changing the direction the infinity works in. Jadagoat says, probably. Bob says, wouldn't that mean she could delete stuff from existence? Commissar says, Dragonbone, more like bad dragons. Jesus Christ. Koji says, in the Zenin clan, we have the sexist, the caveman, the father that never came back with the milk, and the drunken grandpa. You forgot about Ogi. Griever says, I get that, Euler, but neither name is bad, I guess. That's all I mean. Yeah, I mean, Dragonbone sounds... Like, in theory, Dragonbone sounds cooler, but I don't mind Keel, because it sounds a little more original. Koji says, if you put nothing in the thumbnail, it's 0 views. Well, not 0 views, but it's not gonna do great. Skin says, I feel like Megami will use one of his 10 shadows to summon Sukuna's old body, and by that time, Gojo will be unsealed for Gojo and Sukuna to fight. Holy shit. Christ, I hate how the chat jumps around when I scroll down. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are thinking Sukuna's plan probably is. By the way, people, there is a super chat option, so if you're feeling particularly, I forget the word, gracious, if you're feeling charitable, I don't know what the fuck, if you want to donate some money to help support me and the channel directly, you have the option to do that. You can donate however much you want. We're not doing a competition or whatever, so whatever if you're into that. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people think Sukuna's going to do with his technique. Daniel says, illegal sites for anime? Yes, yes, yes. A JoJo reference. Yeah. You didn't have to include that it's a JoJo reference. I would have gathered. Bob says, am I the only one who reads the chapter before going on YouTube? Well, maybe. I don't know. No, because sometimes, like, you get stuff in your sub feed and in your recommendations that has spoilers, and you see it when you're not looking for it. Koji says, although if you are reviewing a chapter, oh wait, no, I'm skipping around. Commissar said, I just checked in Italian, it's Dragon Fang. Okay, so they keep switching it around. Koji says, if you're reviewing a chapter, a full panel of where Megami is getting tortured, can't do nothing at all, only put one panel of Megami and pray to God no one gets spoiled. Okay. Skin says, Toji also had no cursed energy and he could destroy disaster spirit, so that's no excuse for Maki being weak. Well, because he doesn't just have no cursed energy, he's fucking superhuman. Like, his physical abilities are way beyond Maki, and Maki still has a bit of cursed energy, but you can't manipulate it. Also, he had Playful Cloud, and Megumi was stopping Dagon from having a guaranteed hit in his domain. Honey Mustard asks, Misc, what's your favorite history moment? Good question. I've never thought about that. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'll have to think about my favorite historical events. Yeah. Gamer says, don't tell him that his chat is delayed. Well, it's kind of delayed in the stream. It's always a little delayed in the stream. By like 7 seconds or whatever. Because that's the delay for live streaming. Moridan says, I mean in the thumbnail there has to be something related to the chapter, including the title. Yeah, that's how you get views. The one said, maybe Ogi is just beating Maki because he's our OnlyFans. Listen, you spend a little too much time on the internet and you'll see Rule 34 of everything. Gojo said, or Commissar said, Gojo said you're not ready for cursed tools at a higher level in the fight with Yuta. I thought he said you're not ready for, like, pouring your cursed energy into items or whatever. The one thread says Naoya is indeed a based man of culture. I have seen that word. I have seen many people on a certain website call Naoya based. Many a time. Daniel asks, fish or meat, cake or cup? Which do you prefer? Cup as in cupcake? I think I prefer meat over fish just because I like steak so much, but I do like fish a lot. When it comes to cake or cupcake, I'm assuming, I think I prefer cupcakes actually, because they're smaller, they're easier to eat. When I eat too much cake, like if I eat more than a small slice of cake, I start to feel sick. Kanye says, tells the one thread, stop, no. Bob asked, do you think Naoya likes tall women with a big ass? I don't know if he likes tall women, but I think he likes big ass. I think Naoya just likes hot women that will listen to him, that do what they're told. John Knudsen says, yo. The one says, Ayo Kanye, you still alive, bro? Kanye says, yes, I am. Well, that's good to know. Dradagoat asks, who is y'all favorite Zenin clan member, not including Maki? Not including mine. Mine is... Not including what? Yours is Junichi. Dradagoat says, I feel he'll fight Yuji. Yeah, you'll probably get a physical battle between Junichi and Yuji. Euler says Maki. Yeah, mine's probably also Maki. Red Hood says, do you honestly expect Buddha to be on the level of Adam, Zeus, or Mid? No, yeah. Buddha's definitely up there. If there's any of the gods that are up there with Zeus, it's Buddha and Odin. And maybe Beelzebub, depending on what his deal is. Griever says generous, Misc. Yeah, if you're feeling generous, you can always donate a little bit. Not including Megami. Okay, yeah, not including Megami, either Maki or Toji. Senator Grom says, seeing Mysterious Weeb's videos about how would the Purgatory fighters fare in the Annihilation Tournament, and when you do something like that when the tournament is over, I plan on doing, like, a ranking for the power, for the strength of the people in the tournament. I don't know if I'll do something for how they all stack up against the Annihilation Tournament, because I feel like I'd kind of just be copying Weep's thing there. But I am definitely going to talk about, like, how strong they are. Kanye says Adam's top tier. Yeah, he's top 2. Skin says Dante versus Gojo. Which Dante? Like Dante from Black Clover? Gojo wins. Bob says, Misc, it seems like when you learn to use reverse cursed energy, you could reverse your curse technique since Gojo didn't use red until after he learned to use reverse cursed energy. Well, maybe that helped. It seemed like Gojo was just in a moment of clarity or whatever, and that was how he figured out how to use reverse curse technique, and that's also when he mastered the use of red. Because he could kind of use it before, but he wasn't able to, like, really, you know, nail it down. He had problems using it. Koji, I just want to see Inumaki's family being wholesome together and communicating with sushi ingredients. That would be nice. Kanye says Maki still has some cursed energy. Yeah, and that's what she's got to get rid of. So, increase the power of the heavenly restriction. Griever says his favorite history moment is 1066 when Bill the Conqueror took over England. Sotiris says Yuji has no cursed energy. I'm very confused, but how can he use Black Flash? No, Yuji has cursed energy. He's just not proficient in manipulating it. Skin says anti-curse techniques, the ability to cancel and cut through and absorb curse techniques. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, what about those? Okay, I think I'm gonna catch up to the chat soon. Zephyr says, it's so hard to choose just one historical moment. Which country's historical moment? Japan? I don't know. For a favorite historical moment for America. It would be, I don't know. That's a great question. Sunny DeGrom asks, what's your favorite Nan Ability? Either... There's a few I really like. I really like Bandit Secret. I like Bandit Secret, Bungee Gum, and the 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva a lot. Those are probably my 3 favorite ones. I think I also missed a comment earlier from someone. Oh, Zephyr said generous is the word. No, Griever said it, then Zephyr said it. Okay, you guys all reminded me that generous is the word. And Griever said Buddha, Oda, and Zeus are likely all the same tier. Yeah. Does the chat need to reload again? Okay, there we go. Alright, we're gonna make it. Gamer Doggo said Pornhub Live versus Zoom classes. I don't know what the fuck you're on right now, my guy. Kanye says my 100% has an OnlyFans. Alright, you guys gotta calm down here with this OnlyFans shit. The one thread said, now that I think about it, Mai is most likely the character that would open... You guys, no horny. I have to fucking beat you people. You're gonna get bonked. Daniel... Jesus Christ, guys. Why are you all so horny on a Sunday afternoon? Daniel asks, ass versus boob.
Did I hear horny?
Oh, fuck. You just scared the shit out of me. Like, I knew you were in here, but you just scared the fuck out of me. I'm an ass man. Skin said, so did Naoya tell the higher-ups that Yuji was dead? Presumably. Koji says, Buddha is basically flexing because he's so sassy with Zero. Daniel says, you can't eat a full cake? No! Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't agree with me. I assume it's because I have diabetes on both sides of my family, so I'm fairly at risk of developing it when I'm older, so I assume that's my body. I assume that's my body going, yo, calm the fuck down, bitch.
Hey, yo, it's Fuse.
Oh shit, Fuse is in here.
I heard the words and I got summoned.
What word summoned you?
The H.
Oh, horny. Of course you were summoned by that. You're the one who's always producing that fucking vial in the JJK Raws.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Oh, and we had to change the rules because of you, you little bastard. Oh, and he left. That's amazing. Where were we? Dradagoat says, my favorite history moment is Oda Nobunaga won the Battle of Okehazama June 1500. My birthday's in June too. Oh, nice. Moridan said, good thing I already know every history myth, otherwise Record of Ragnarok would have confused the heck out of me. You know all of them? I assume you know most of them. Honey Mustard donated $2. Thank you very much. Said, hope your Sunday is good, Misc. It is, and I hope you're having a great Sunday as well. Red Hood said, Gojo versus Magna from Black Clover. Well, if Magna's not hitting Gojo with the Soul Chain Deathmatch, which I assume he can't, man, Gojo wins. Zephyr says, I like my steaks rare if possible. If not, then medium rare. Yeah, I've discovered medium rare is the way to go with steak. Like, almost every steak should be cooked medium rare. Skin says, Mai is always getting bodied. Yeah, that's why she's trash. Kanye said Gojo was in post-nut clarity when he used red and blue. Yeah. The one said Mai would be best suited to fight curse users. Probably better for her not to infuse cursed energy in the bullets before she shoots, so they don't see it coming. Interesting idea. Griever's other favorite moment is when Trump lost the second term. Listen, man. Oh my god. Was being on social media fucking amazing and like the week after that. Holy shit. The one thread said infusing cursed energy to the bullet seems to be only good against cursed spirits. Bob says Deep Purple is probably the best overall. That was Morel's thing, right? Deep Purple. The one thread said, oh boy, I sure do hope Griever doesn't start a political war in chat. Yeah, please don't. Griever says I do it for the lulz. Bob says goddamn ban. Daniel says I would have preferred if Netero's Nan Ability had a better design. I mean, the 100 type does look kind of weird. It's a little bizarre. It's kind of gangly. So I think it could look better, but I don't mind it. And it looks cool enough when he's using it anyway. So. Sunny says Lalong versus Waka is next. If Liu kills Natoku, then Tarashi versus Okubo, then Oma versus Faye. Yeah, if Liu loses, I think Lalong's definitely going next. Kanye says, we're all down bad for Maki and Mai. That's your fucking problem. What is this? You speak French now? What is this wee shit? Skin says, I find it a little weird we haven't met any members of the Gojo clan. Yeah, because according to Ino, it's almost a one-man band. Like, Gojo is pretty much the only really important member. Daniel says, cake is like the best dessert. you know, cookies, chocolate chip cookies disprove that. Griever says, aren't I supposed to start an OnlyFans at some sub number? Forget what it was. I think it was 2,500. Red Hood said, I expect Zero to be Heracles level. Nah, I think he's gonna be beyond Heracles level. If we're getting into misfortune and fate shit, well, not fate, but like misfortune and luck manipulation, we're gonna go beyond just physical damage here. Skin says Mori Jin versus Yuji. Are you fucking kidding me? Mori Jin has become a goddamn Dragon Ball character. He's literally Goku. Literally, he's Sun Wukong. He's literally Goku. Aspen says Ogi was a legend this chapter. That's an interpretation of that, yeah. Kanye says Toto is biased, but I assume he means based, because Toto is based. The Real Model says, if Liu Tian had advanced or fallen demon, would it make more sense? Yes, it would. Koji said, I already knew mythology before Record of Ragnarok existed, so I'm going to take the red pill and show that I know most of the thing, because some stuff is made up there. Yeah, I know. Daniel says, I wasn't horny, I was seeing your opinion, but okay. Not you, but everyone else talking about OnlyFans, like every other message. The one thread says, Liu Tian beats Gojo easy. Oh, yeah, he's so formless that he just formlesses his way through the infinity. Sunny says, do you give a listen to the Kengan soundtrack? I've listened to, like, a couple of them. Some of them are pretty good. Kanye says, anytime someone talks about cake, an image of Tatsumagi's ass flashes in my mind. Bruh, you need to get your head out of the gutter. Also, there are better asses in One Punch Man. I don't feel like that's controversial to say when fucking Fubuki exists. Alright?
Would you mind giving a few more examples?
Fubuki, there you go. Now we're done. Dradagoat says, I want to see Toto fight again. You and me both. Skin says, I think Hisoka is stronger than Chrollo since Chrollo needed months to prep for the Hisoka fight. I think that's just Chrollo's fighting style, is he just uses prep time. But I think Bandit's Secret with prep time is definitely stronger than Bungee Gum. Well, Bungee Gum, the weird thing about Bungee Gum is in theory it's not a super strong ability, but when it's used by someone clever, like Hisoka, it becomes really strong. But I'd say Hisoka and Chrollo are about even. But, you know, however much prep time in the situation determines how much higher Chrollo is above Hisoka. Bob says the two things that should be avoided in YouTube chat is not safe for work and politics unless the channel revolves around either. Very good point. Zephyr says Misc is an ass... fuck. Zephyr says Misc is an ass man. Yay! Yay indeed. Suneater asks, will we see the seventh Fang? I don't know, probably. It feels weird that they skipped over him. Koji says Gojo is like the contemporary Buddha in Jujutsu sorcery, basically, because Gojo is the honored one. He's the one-in-a-lifetime peak sorcery to never be reborn, baby. Suneater says, and when? Oh, yeah. Bob says, ever had brownies with stuff like Oreos in them? Actually, brownies are better than cookies. I don't think I've had Oreos in them yet. Moridan says, Zero Fuku the worst contestant yet? No, he's pretty great, actually. Like, his character, his backstory, he's one of the best god fighters. He has probably the best reason out of any of the gods to hate humanity. Omar says, I wonder if there's going to be a Jujutsu sorcerer who will actually use positive energy to kill curses. Well, we've seen Maharaga can do that, so I wonder if someone else will. Red Hood says, you speak French now? What is this wee shit? Bob says, a nice hot brownie with banana and peanut butter and ice cream on top is the best. Sounds like it. Zephyr says, Kanji the Monkey King? Yeah, Mori is literally Goku. They are both literally the same thing. Skin says, Bleach and Hunter x Hunter are a good point of inspiration, but Jesus Christ is Jujutsu Kaisen based on Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't read or watched Yu Yu Hakusho, so I cannot say. Gamer says, this man's stream chat is delayed by 5 minutes and acts like nothing's wrong. Okay, first of all, the chat never runs out when I'm reading it. Any delays is because you're behind in the stream. Unless anyone else is seeing any kind of delays in the chat. Koji says, Misc, stop being horny in chat about OnlyFans. The chat. Who needs body parts when you can be horny? Jadagoat says, another good history moment was when Alexander the Great conquered Persia. Yeah. Suneater says, is justice good? No, fuck Akoya. Kanye says, because Misc is based. You know it. Jadagoat says, another good one. Skin asks, Spawn versus Gojo. Doesn't Spawn become fucking God at some point? Like, he becomes a supreme being. Red Hood says, this is my first stream. I did not know everyone was so cultured. Yeah. Bob says, Misc talking about best asses in One Punch Man is the most controversial topic behind best girl and waifu wars. Is it really? Oh, Christ. Aston asks, do you think Ghetto's crew will be in the culling game? Yeah, I think some of them are going to show up again. Man March says, seems Maki is trending on Twitter right now. Yeah, I made a community post about it. It would seem that the people on Twitter know their shit. You could tell. I think, like, actually, Maki is trended on Twitter. She trended on Twitter when she came back, and now she's trending on Twitter again. That's pretty great. Skin says Kid Goku versus Magium. I don't know, probably Kid Goku. Bob says, anyone who can manipulate space can beat Gojo. Anyone else can't unless their power is just as broken. Yeah, I guess, in theory. Holly says, hello. Hello. Kanye says, also, most hacks beat Gojo because he doesn't have any hacks defense. I guess. The real Model says, Lu Tian landed one clean hit on a Guido and a slam. Yeah, and then he got his fucking jaw broken. Omar says, do you think Chrollo with prep could beat Kurapika? Listen, here's a hot fucking take. Maybe not, based on how Bandit Secret works. Chrollo can beat just about anyone with prep time. Like, if he knows what they do, he can, organize his roster of abilities to be able to perfectly beat them. And also, whatever situation they're in. Skin says Goku versus Mori. I'm pretty sure Goku wins that. Goku versus Yuji. Are you serious? Holly says I'm seeing a huge delay. Alright, I don't know what's going on. Oh, but that's because your internet's ass. Kanye says Maki's best girl. Zephyr says please do an ass tier list, Misc. Listen, I like having monetized videos. Marcos says, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Maki's mom was trying to protect her because she knew Ogi was gonna try and kill her. Yeah, but she didn't have to be such a bitch about it. Bob says, I wonder if we will see a single other member of the Gojo clan try to save Gojo. Well, Yuta's there, so. Aspen says, we need Ogi's Zenin trending. SMH. Sunny Gram says, I hope we see Hatsumi again. Me too, I miss Hatsumi. And now, after 48 minutes, I've caught up to the chat. Alright, what's up, band? Do we have anyone else in here now? You there, band? Yo. Yo, Banmarsh. What's up? I can't hear you.
Hold up, 1 minute.
Okay. Do. Well, in the meantime, I will just check the Discord. Kanye says Chrollo's the Batman of the Hunter x Hunter verse. Kinda, yeah. Holly says Koji no habla español. Yeah, me too. Bob says, isn't Bandit Secret that is what makes Chrollo so deadly? It just lets him have more tools, but it's his intelligence? Yeah, like, if an idiot had Bandit Secret, they wouldn't know what to fucking do with it. But because Chrollo's very intelligent, he knows what abilities he should pick out to use to make the best of a situation.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Marco says, yeah, she was definitely a bitch, but I think it was out of desperation. Oh, and Griever's here, yay! Oh, now we have a bunch of people coming in. Excellent.
Yeah. I just jumped in for a few minutes to see what everybody was up to say hi.
Hello, welcome. Happy to have you here. What's up, everyone? How are your Sundays? My shoulders hurt. I think I slept in a stupid pose. That's probably why.
I just slept accidentally and like in a fetal position, but vertically. How do I do that?
What?
That's something weird. I slept in a very formless position.
As in, like, your arms and legs were all over the place?
Something like that. You know, Lucian's formless?
Yeah, no, I get
body-
what you're saying, Coach. You could have just said you slept in a weird pose.
That's true. That would definitely summarize it.
Yeah.
Friday, actually, that night I did the stream, that was 12 hours of me out in the yard. The backs of my thighs still, if I bend my leg, I can still feel them inflamed as though I did like 200 squats just from weeding the yard. Yeah, it just killed me. It killed me. I hated getting up during that One Punch Man stream. No matter how drunk I was, I felt that pain. So, that was awful.
Griever, question.
Sure.
When do you think that we will be able to make you drunk at the same time surprised, you know?
Oh yeah,
very difficult to
being
do.
drunk and getting surprised by something on stream. I think that was something you wanted to see if
Like
it would
shot.
happen.
Oh yeah. I know people want to do that. See, it's very difficult to do that because I like to be like Misc will know this. You want to be the first one out, right?
Yeah.
You want to be the first one out. So the moment like Vib or Misc or somebody sends me a link and says, "Hey, the new Yona chapter. Hey, One Punch Man. Hey, Record of Ragnarok." I try to jump on that right away. So if that's at 2:00 in the afternoon, I ain't gonna be that drunk. Even me, I'm not gonna be that drunk at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I mean, it's going to be, and who knows if that chapter would even shock me if I was loaded. So it's going to, the stars are basically going to have to align for that because it takes a lot for me to get drunk. Like One Punch Man stream.
Yeah, like you have resistance.
Yeah.
You have resistance against alcohol. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it would take a while. Like One Punch Man stream, by the end of that, I was drunk. I wasn't wasted, but I was pretty drunk starting the stream, and I was drunk throughout the stream. But I wasn't wasted either. So, so it's gonna take a lot for that to happen.
Question. River. I cannot see almost like YouTube. I can only enter by link. So, question. How was the thing about JJK that you finally got on to date or no?
Am I up to date with Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. My review for the latest chapter is rendering right now. It'll be uploaded to YouTube in the next hour or two.
Oh, outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it yesterday, but I was hungover in the first couple hours in the morning, and then I had other shit to deal with. So, and when I say hungover, I mean I was just a sloth and had a headache and basically used a hangover as an excuse to be lazy. But then I just, I had other shit to do. It was a nice day. See, this is the problem. When we get into these nicer months, especially here in Canada where we have very limited, like this ain't California. So, today is a nice sunny day, and I'm talking to you guys on my phone outside on my porch because I'm like, I don't want to waste the sun. Sorry. So, so there's a lot of, I wanted to do reviews yesterday, but it was a nice day up until 8 p.m. So I was outside all day.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, and then you go in and then you need to eat and blah, blah, blah. And even though I ordered food, by the time I was done all that and shit and cleaned up, it was 9:30 at night. I didn't feel like making a video at, 9:45.
Yeah, I've had some days like those where I'm like, oh, I gotta do a video today. And then I'm doing stuff. By the time I'm free, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, we're not doing it. We're not doing this today.
I mean, sometimes you get motivated at right after supper. Let's say you eat a late supper at 7 or 7:30, and you get motivated at 8:30, and you make some videos or stream, and that's great. And I've done that before, but it's not every day, So it just So yesterday was a lull.
Oh, there it is. Well, there we go.
Question. Would you believe me, Misc, if I say this? Obito is a drunken grandpa, right?
That would appear to be what he is, yes.
Yes.
Was.
Ogi is the father that never came back with the milk.
Nah, he was there. He was just a fucking asshole. Toji didn't come back. He was the deadbeat. Oh, by the way, Griever, remember when Toji was the worst dad in the family? Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Boy.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I think that
Just
Megumi
wow.
is Isn't Megumi girl's name?
It is. That's an important detail.
Oh.
Yes. Right now,
Oh,
actually,
Oh God.
Things
is
aren't
something-
even now. It's setting my fucking OCD off. So let's.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil like my review. or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah,
'cause I
but,
want your
like-
whole thing to watch it. But I will say that I definitely agree. But also number two, I want to say something that you and I sort of agreed with that was mentioned in the chat. I felt the same way about the mother. The mother was doing that whole like comeback thing. We think, okay, she's a total bitch. But at the same time, like, she screamed and said, like, stop.
Yeah,
And there's like that underlayer, like, it doesn't stop her from being a bad mother, but there's still, within that, there's a little, like, a hint, like a dash of salt of motherly affection somewhere, some paternal instinct somewhere within her, knowing what's on the other side of that door. So...
There's a heartbeat between that Senin mind.
Yeah.
Like, there's a heart.
Like,
That's what I
it
noticed.
doesn't redeem her. It does not redeem her at all. I don't think so. But it has to be acknowledged that she knew what the plan was and still tried to prevent her daughter from going through the door. She probably did the same thing for mine.
Maybe,
You know?
yeah. Did you notice? Did you notice at the end of the chapter it kind of looks like Ogi is crying? Like it's a little hard to tell, but I think he is.
I gotta go inside anyways. I'm gonna check the chapter because I didn't notice that and I didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until like rereading again. I kind of had to look really hard. I'm not sure because he's got like a wrinkly face, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, he's crying.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
is. But I don't
Yeah,
think it's for the reasons. Like I don't think it's for great reasons.
No, I think it's because he's a political asshole. and
Yeah,
all he
he's a
wanted to
fucking
do
piece of shit.
was,
Yeah.
do you know why I'm not the head? Well, first of all, you're not the eldest. That's not the way it works, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Second of all, like, oh yeah, he is crying, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
crying
not
because my children are failures. My children
Yeah,
are
I had a
worthless.
feeling it was
Wait,
something like that.
No,
Yo,
here's the funny part.
it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be the head of the clan if you're good enough. It just
Yeah,
matters if
no,
the person.
Yeah, I
Look at-
guess
look
that
at the
may be
funny
how
part.
it is.
No, that's what Combo.
Well, no.
Combo's becoming the head soon.
Well, and
Yeah,
also
no, no,
because
no, no.
now,
Oh,
yeah,
he
and I
is.
don't think.
I don't mean that. I just mean that regular hierarchies generally work in a precision of order of eldest. So
Oh, yeah.
his question at the beginning of the chapter sort of rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, do you know why I was not chosen and my older brother was? I'm like, because hierarchy, free culture, and history? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You weren't chosen because he was alive. Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Would you agree with me with this, that Ogi, when he said, I raised both failures, that means that his genes are so bad that he has bad luck and everything?
No,
Ogi.
I don't think that's what it is. It's just there was something about like a weird omen for having twins, but it's just Maki and Mai are
Yeah.
not good. Well, when it comes to like cursed energy and techniques, they're not very good.
Yeah, and believe it or not, actually, that cover page stumped me for a while because I was sitting there going, "Why and Maki are twins?" I knew they were sisters, but I did not think they were twins for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, I think
Like,
they mentioned that early on.
Yeah, that slipped my mind. I thought that one of them was like I don't know. It makes sense that they're twins, come to think of it, but it was sort of like, no, I thought Mai was like a year older.
Wait,
I think
so-
I had originally thought that too. I think there was like a. I feel like the fan translations that I read when I started said that Mai was a third year at Kyoto, but that's incorrect. They're both second years.
Right, and I guess because Maki was hanging around, like, she was introduced and stuff, I stopped remembering that she's a second year,
Yeah.
you know? So it sort of felt like, okay, these are the older crowds because they're hanging out with Todo and people like that. And I'm like, okay, here's the older, like, the one step up. And it's like, no. Inumaki, Maki, they're all part of it, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
I'm very predictive. You cannot predict me. Todo always 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Det, what do you want to talk about? What's up?
Bro, you're not hyped about Hikari, bro?
I am hyped about Hikari, but I'm also hyped about seeing what's up with Maki because I want to know what's going to happen with the Zen clan. It's one of the things I'm most interested in. Listen, just because I'm hyped for Maki doesn't mean I'm not hyped for Hikari. I'm just more excited for something other than another thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I already know Maki's gonna give Ogi the hinge.
Yeah, but I want to see how it happens. And I'm interested in what's going on with the Zen clan. I was interested, because when they introduced Ogi and Junichi, I'm like, what's up? These guys seem kind of badass. I want to see what the deal with them is. And now we're getting into that, so I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's another join.
I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't at the same time like, oh, Maki is cool and everything. Like, I was like annoyed that it was Maki, but I was hoping it was Hikari, but then she showed me that first tool, and I was like, okay.
Hell yeah.
Right? But then I was disappointed again because the first tools weren't there.
Yeah. No, yeah. But instead we got a samurai man to fight, so I guess that's good enough.
What are people's opinions on that?
Sorry.
Because the speed scans actually said that they were destroyed. So
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It said he disposed of them. I don't know if they would destroy their techniques. It probably makes more sense to say that they got rid of them.
Right, because in the Viz, it said emptied.
Yeah, I emptied it out. So,
and I was like, well, this is so different. Did he literally dispose of them, destroy them, get rid of them, or did he just move them?
Yeah,
that changes the game.
The problem with the Viz scans is that a lot of times they make stuff sound less dramatic, like the dialogue or whatever.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's a good thing, because in the case with Ogi, like why the fuck would they destroy their cursed tools? Just put them somewhere else until Maki's gone.
Yeah, because that seems detrimental considering like they're doing this political power struggle crap, but at the same time it's like you do know there's like a bigger antagonist, the world's at stake right now. You guys are fighting over some politics bullshit.
Yeah, that's the Zenin clan.
I love how the Zenin clan is fighting just because of are you blue or are you a purple person? Like do you like Smurfs? Or do you like the purple?
They just don't want Megami in charge. They want to be in charge. I even like how they're like, Naoya, you fucking suck. Naoya, you suck, but we can't have this child in charge of the clan. So, I wonder who the hell is exactly supposed to be in charge when this plan theoretically works out. I imagine this doesn't go very well for anyone.
Well, actually, I can agree with Deet on one thing that he said, that Hikari, to me, like, I love Maki, but I would be way more interested if they do jump away for the next chapter to give us that. Like, because that's been hyped up since ever.
Yeah, you know? Way early on they mentioned Hikari and then didn't mention him again in forever.
I forgot about him.
I bet a lot of people forgot about him because he got mentioned like once. He was directly mentioned one time and was indirectly mentioned like one or two other times, and not even by name.
At least Yuta had like hype behind him.
Because Yuta was the main character. We got to see what was up with him. A lot of people would have been like, "Where is Yuta? What is he doing? Where is Hikari? He's an unknown element."
We need a volume.
I have a theory. Like, what if he nerfs your curse technique to like the point where you were like JoJo, you know how he made it passive? What if he nerfs it to like its original, to where it's like to where he has to learn all that over again?
I've seen some people think that Hikari's thing is gonna be like Kite's crazy slots. I think that's fairly plausible, but it's not gonna be like I don't know if it'll be a specific attack or if it'll be I do a gamble to see how powerful my attack is.
Or as I've said, it sounds exactly like Escanor. Sounds exactly like
but even then there's like even more risk to it because it's not a specific time of the day for a limited amount of time. There's a 1 out of something chance that this will work,
right? But it's got to be something like that because it's the exact same. Basically the way they handled that with Yuta was the exact carbon copy. I swear it was inspired when Meliodas says, oh, Escanor, he's even stronger than me, and some of the characters said there's no way. And it's like, yeah, he's not stronger than him some of the time, but other times, yes, he absolutely is. And that was the same thing, because Maki automatically said, Yuta, you're lying. But Yuta is the one who said, no, he can even be stronger than me. but the way, depending on the translation,
It's
it
when
depends
he's
on
on
the
a
way.
roll, he's stronger than me.
Right, when he's on a roll.
Hey, why
Now,
are
what's a
you
roll?
showing your
I didn't mean to
camera?
do that. My bad.
Whoops.
He's on
Well,
camera.
it's fine. It wouldn't show up in the stream. So.
But what's it called? I think Yuta, like he's like the opposite of Gojo. Like he's just really, really humble. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
Oh,
Go,
you know,
he's
that's
very
true, too.
meek, for the
But,
most part.
you know what? He used to be humble, and I think he still is.
Hold on. You're good.
But not as much.
I am.
I don't know what was going on. Dad?
What?
Was something happening?
Oh, I meant to mute myself. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought I was cutting out or something.
I think that, have you guys noticed how there's one way or another, you're gonna change if you become a Jujutsu sorcerer in terms of how you react to people. Like, for example, let's say, Yuji, you can see him happy at the past, and now he's like, yeah, what up?
Yeah, but he's also disgusted with himself because of what Sukuna did in his body,
Yeah.
which is to go back to Yuta being humble. Once again, Yuji brought up, hey, if Sukuna goes whack and I get all the fingers, take me out. And Yuta goes, I'll give it a go.
I'll
Like,
give it a
yeah.
shot, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
shot.
Yuta did not say he couldn't do it. He didn't say he could absolutely like Gojo, but that's, once again, he's humble, but he's not unrealistic. He's not like, he's not to the point of like Kisuke or Ohara or somebody like that who's like always pretending that he's way weaker than he actually is. He knows his strengths. He knows what's a 50-50 shot. He knows what's a sure thing, and he just states the facts.
All right. Yeah. I think because Yuta's the only person around right now, as long as Gojo's sealed, who could even feasibly fight Sukuna. Like, other
Yes.
than depending on what she's going on, other than Yuki, maybe there's not really anyone who can fight Sukuna if he were to get all 20 fingers. Or even if he came out now with 15, there's not really anyone that can fight him other than
No,
Yuta.
only Yuta could do that.
You're forgetting a
Wasn't
key
like,
character. You're forgetting his key character.
Hidden band, shut the fuck up.
No,
Shut
eating
up, band.
tea.
you're forgetting
talking
his
about
key character.
Togi?
Which
again?
meme are you gonna go for here? Which meme character is it gonna be, band?
I
You.
mean, we all know who it is, right?
Is it gonna be Junpei or Ijichi?
The king of deadly poisons, Junpei.
Fuck no, Sukuna is the king of deadly poisons. You can't read.
No. Junpei's mom.
Junpei's
would just-
mom could maybe
You know why?
beat
Because
Sukuna.
you know why? Because Sukuna would be like, I'm not destroying that. That's a milk body. I'm
And
dead."
Mahito knew that, bro. Mahito knew he was once.
Yeah.
Mahito knew how dangerous Junpei's mom was.
Right. That's why he was taken out because Sukuna would fall in love with that.
Yeah.
You're talking about the titty monster, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was what the curse looked like. It was like a titty monster.
Dude, you know what I didn't realize about Megumi, bro?
What?
Is that if he gets his hand on those cursed tools, he can just put all those in his shadows and just have full access to them at all times.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
convenient like that.
I think that.
That
No, I want to see the scene, at least a panel of just Maki being a walking arsenal, just having like a
Yeah,
bag
that's
full-
what I had imagined. I had
No, but
imagined Maki having a bunch of weapons on her.
I thought we already actually discussed that with Megumi and Maki doing a tag team and him constantly just pulling out cursed tools. As
Yeah,
she
he's done that
destroys them.
before. Like he's carried around. Yeah, he was the one carrying around Playful Cloud. I've seen
Yeah.
seen a funny joke about Megumi losing stuff in the Shadow Hammer space.
Oh god.
Like
be
you
funny.
give something to the demon dogs, and then when you call for it back, it's gone. It's like, where did it go?
I wonder how big that is.
But I was thinking, you know how he used the shadow against Toji? Like he could put someone
Oh
inside
right,
the
he
shadow.
did do that. I forgot that he'd kind of when he fought Toji for like a minute, he used that to get away.
He could suck them in his shadows, bruh. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you can suck other people into the Shadow Realm, apparently. That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
Well, yeah.
Megumi is
He's in a duel.
broken. Megumi is broken.
Wait, question. Isn't Rika, talking about spot it. I think that I have an idea. Isn't Rika like the Queen of Curses? Just
That is
basically,
what they
like,
call her, because
and
she's
then-
one of the most powerful cursed
Yeah.
spirits ever.
Imagine her having Mai's building tech ability. Just
Well,
building
Yuta can
stuff
get
like that.
Yuta can copy
No,
creation.
Actually,
So
she technically
Yeah.
Yeah.
did use creation when she made that bullhorn.
yeah, how the hell
She
did she make that bullhorn? Where
Yeah.
did that come from?
I
That was
mean,
combining
That means that
techniques.
Yuta can like fuse techniques together.
That's
this
what
is
I'm
I-
looking forward to the most about seeing
Does-
Yuta use this. For those of you who have read ahead in Hunter x Hunter, you know, Bandit's secret, the greatest strength is being able to use different abilities in combination, and the various combinations that you can make out of that. So with Yuta's curse copying technique, the ability to use a bunch of different techniques at the same time is so good. It's the same thing with
It's
curse
basically a
manipulation, like
copy-paste.
Kenjaku said, is that
It's
you
a
have so
copy-paste,
many
dude.
moves you can use.
I was thinking, what if Megumi was like a nerfed version of curse manip? Like he just like puts curses inside of shadows and then just drops them out and it like causes like havoc, like wreaks havoc and stuff.
I guess you could trap curses in there, but you wouldn't be controlling them. You would just be like,
Yeah,
go,
it would be like
do
the type-
whatever the
Ooh.
fuck you want.
What? Yeah, but
Yeah,
there would be a limit to that though. Like imagine him trying to trap Rika.
Oh,
Like,
I don't know if that
not
would work.
That
Oh.
would just not work. Like
but, like-
Rico would kill him.
Like it's on the grade 2s.
Yeah, and because Rika can apparently teleport or whatever. Like, she can just
Yeah, and-
manifest out of
And
nowhere.
This is what ticks me off about people who say that Yuta's story is over and now like he's just going to be like the side over OP, like he's the replacement.
Well, I don't
for
think it's
Gojo.
over.
Oh,
I think like
it's
his
like-
main character arc is over, but he's still
His,
gonna be
his
doing
main
stuff.
character, he needs development because why is Rika back? Not a single person,
Yeah.
Yo,
even
I got a
me
theory.
or
I got a
Miss.
theory.
Well, I
for
don't.
why
think that's
that-
like. I consider character development to be something separate from that.
Yo, I got a theory.
Well,
what if she's like a
okay.
cursed corpse and she's like, he just copied Rika's information?
Maybe.
Ah,
I don't know if that would
See,
work.
but
'Cause I
I-
don't think a cursed corpse could like teleport, like just manifest
No.
the way that Rika
I
does.
just
Or-
imagine just Rika just fighting
Oh,
against Sukuna
yeah,
and
I
then
guess that's
appears
right.
in friends and says Buongiorno out of nowhere.
What the fuck are you
That's what
talking
I-
about, Koji?
Authorization stuff.
You know what the best one I heard about? The best one I heard about was the principal did it for Yuta.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That
She
is an
made-
interesting idea.
Because that would make sense because how is Rika back? Either somebody recalled her and now he's good with it because she left. And now like she's back and it's Rika still. And it's clearly Rika and Yuta calls her Rika. I don't think Yuta went insane after volume 0 and was like, yes, this is totally Rika. It's totally, and it's like a doll, you know, like somebody who went mad. So like we have those characters, you know what I mean? Like characters that like they lose their daughter and then they try to replicate it some way, alchemy, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
curses, blah. But Yuta doesn't seem to be that in that way. It was never implied. So I'm going to assume that this is the actual real Rika, and now they formed a proper relationship. Like he's accepted her and all this stuff, and he's able to stop her and stuff. So, but how did she come back? One of the things that I thought of was when we got the reveal of how Panda was done. Maybe he did it again, because we've seen him do it multiple times. It wasn't just a one-time fluke.
Yeah,
So-
maybe.
That's what I was saying.
My
Oh, you weren't just talking to Cursed Corpse. You were talking with the
Yeah, he
principal
did the panda because he did that with
Right.
all those other ones. That's why I feel like it would make sense because they incorporated that for a reason. They don't want to just kill him for no reason. There has to be a reason why he showed.
Yeah,
up
that
to do
chapter is gonna be very important at some point later down the line.
I also
feel.
think that he's gonna come back as like a curse. 'cause he
I
said he
feel like
cursed.
not a curse, but I think they could, now that we've introduced how the intelligent cursed corpses work. You pretty much have opened up the door to make a copy of Yaga in a cursed corpse.
You know what ticks me off about that? This is basically setting up for a very bad, and I hope they don't do that for one reason. This is setting up Edo Tensei from Naruto. And the problem with Edo Tensei is it's like having the Dragon Balls in Dragon Ball Z. It's a actual plot device flaw because death won't matter. You know, in the end, Nobara can come back, Yaga can come back, everybody can come back.
I think that's the craziness of Jujutsu Kaisen. No matter how much you die, you can come back as you can probably come back as like a curse or there's like other ways to circumvent death, which I think Hikari is going to take full advantage of.
Well, the thing is there's like we've seen like, well, no, actually they're technically the same way, like the thing that happened with Toji, but that was a temporary thing, like explicitly a temporary thing, and when the rules for how it worked were broken, he went haywire pretty much.
Right, but like one of the biggest problems is, and it's actually, you can bring characters back, but it has to be done in a very specific way. Like in Inuyasha, there's one sword in the world, and it can't be forged again, and it can revive somebody who's dead. But what we don't find out until near the end of the series is it can only bring the dead back one time. It's not an infinite lifesaver. You can, if you kill someone once, you can bring them back once, but now that's their second life. There is no third. It's not a do-over, and they don't know that because nobody ever tried. But that's the thing that was like, okay, it's OP as hell. But then we find out later, wait a minute now, that does not work. So if they did it in that respect, maybe, then it would be okay. There needs to be a limitation.
Yeah, but there's also like in JJK, there's like suspended death and stuff. So I don't think death really matters.
Well, that was just basically Megami's not allowed to die until the exorcism ritual is completed.
Yeah, but like if you think about it, like
that's actually a hacks thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're part of the ritual, you can't die until everyone has been killed.
Or you can become a vessel too, because there's like tons of ways you can go back from the dead that's already been shown in JJK.
Yeah, but it seems to be very specific circumstances, and only if you've been dead for like 10 minutes.
True, but a lot of them, as we're saying, we have seen multiple temporary and longer ones, but we've seen multiple ways somebody can come back. Technically, there's another way for Toji to reappear in the story, technically.
Yeah, technically, but I wonder where you'd copy the information from. His body? I don't know what the fuck they did with that.
They kept his body.
Maybe. At least...
Well, why wouldn't they? Look at the Zenny clan. Look at their political struggle for power, and look at what a badass Toji was.
But he had no cursed energy, so they thought for him Toji was treated like Maki, where it's like, you don't have any cursed energy, you're fucking useless.
True, but knowing what he did,
maybe then they would have been like, oh.
Or maybe it wasn't. What about the other clans?
Yeah, maybe the other clans did. Maybe the Kamo clan did something, because their whole shtick seems to be stuff involving the body.
Right, and the Zenin clan, okay, so they're uppity up there, the hierarchy, they're the elitist attitude that we come to expect. They're douchebags, but that doesn't mean that every other character is.
Yeah.
Somebody might have saved it, another clan, the Gojo clan, who we have very little information about.
Yeah.
So it's possible, is all I'm saying.
I was thinking of an idea for like how to do a thing in a story where you're trying to bring back a dead character. And I thought a good idea, like a good situation for it, is you go on this journey to revive a dead character, and along the way, like right towards the end of the journey, another character gets killed. So then when the moment of truth comes, you have to decide which of the two characters do you want to come back to life. Because the biggest issue, most of the time, when a character dies and gets brought back to life is you get rid of basically almost all the consequences of them dying in the first place, the development that comes from a character death. So in that situation, someone's going to stay dead, and you also have the character having to deal with the fact that they get to decide who lives and dies themselves. So I thought that would be an interesting dynamic to do for a story, so take notes, Band. Oh, fuck, Band left. Shit. Well, if you're in the chat, Band, take notes.
There you go. I mean, one of the key things, and I don't want to spoil because, Misc, you have not seen Full Metal Alchemist yet, have you?
No, I have not watched all of Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, I am not going to spoil it, but they do, once again, I argue perfect storytelling. Like, you can go on Reddit and you can say, what are the plot holes? And they'll list plot holes, which I can defeat. I've defeated every single one I've ever looked up. But it's sort of like Death Note. Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist are two stories that, if there is plot holes, they are so minor that it doesn't actually matter to the grand scheme of things anyways. And one of the things they handle best is the concept of death, power, souls, and stuff in Full Metal Alchemist. So definitely when you watch that or read that or whatever, I think you'll find that your ideas are very, like, once again, when we were talking about limiting, like not doing Edo Tenseis and all these other things and Dragon Balls all the time. But when you have an actual limitation, it's not that people can't potentially come back. It's that there is such high stakes and limitations on it that it's almost impossible to do it once, let alone more than once.
Yeah.
And that's what a good story structure needs. But it needs to follow the fundamental rules of it, of the world, to make it seem coherent. But as long as you do that, it can work.
Yeah.
There's actually a very short-lived manga called Marygrave, The Dead Man's Recipe, which is a very good story, which is all about a guy who is following the dead man's recipe, which is basically he needs to find 100 ingredients to bring the dead back to life. One person. And there are all these crazy ingredients, and he travels the whole world. And how does he know it works? Because he was revived by the dead man's recipe. So he knows it's real because he was revived by it. And the whole idea is his wife did it for him, and now he's trying to go bring his wife back, because one of the rules is you got to give up your life plus the ingredients to bring the other person back.
I see.
So it's sort of like it's a double-edged sword. Now, it works out in the end. It's a very short-lived manga. Too short, in my opinion. It's only like 56 chapters. But it was a very well-done manga, and the concept was very limiting. Even though we had, the dead man's recipe, bring the dead back to life. But there's such a heavy toll that nobody can use it. You know.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was just thinking of it. When do you plan on, or when do you think you'll do another stream series for reactions, like a read-through series?
Excellent question. I've been honestly tumbling around with the idea of doing Hunter x Hunter again, because I feel like I'll stay committed this time if it's a stream series. Reading it on my own is painful.
I really think you should just watch the anime. Like, I watched the anime and I thought it was very good.
I mean, once again, here's my problem when I say any opinion on Hunter x Hunter. Same with One Punch Man.
Well, for starters, I haven't read the manga, so I can't say for certain. But I would say watching the anime was a pretty good experience, and I've heard a lot of the organizational issues aren't there, stuff like that. I also, from seeing the art, I think it just generally looks better in the anime.
Oh, definitely. But some of the problems that came up later with the Hunter x Hunter artwork, remember, some people, when I talk about Hunter x Hunter, they say, you should watch the anime because you're reading the manga. The manga is, really badly drawn. And I'm like, remember that I grew up in the 90s, people? I remember bad art. Yu Yu Hakusho is not a well-drawn manga.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but, older mangas, Inuyasha and stuff, they're not that crisp and pretty and what we come to expect from art quality today. I dropped One Piece when it first came out because it was sort of okay, even this is kind of shitty, the artwork of manga has evolved leaps and bounds from 90s and early 2000s mangas. So the art doesn't bother me. Any of the really bad art must be in later chapters, because the art wasn't really one of my problems. Neither was the characters for the most part. It was literally the main character has a terrible ideology, and
he's a child, and children suck. So,
well, there is that, but I find what's his name? Killua's fine.
Well, because Killua, I think the idea is that Killua is really grown up, way too grown up for someone his age.
Well, then what about
I actually have no idea how old Kurapika is.
Kurapika, thank you.
I don't
Kurapika is also a teenager or something like that. No, my biggest problem, and once again, this will be spoilers up until the Greed Island arc.
Yeah.
He's
12? What the fuck? How is he 12?
Only 12. See? And a great, if I was following
that's in a prequel thing. I think right now he's 18. Okay. Or 17. Okay. 17 at the debut. Alright. There we go. Okay, that makes much more sense.
There we go. So 17, and that's fine. How old is Gon? 13?
Gon, I think when the story starts, he's 11 or 12.
Okay. Now, one of my biggest problems with Gon, and you can argue this, but like we could argue this for every shonen protagonist. Every 15-year-old shonen protagonist acts like a damn adult after the first arc. So don't give me that whole they're only 15 crap. Because Ichigo is a 35-year-old.
Yeah,
so,
Ichigo is not a fucking 15 or 16-year-old, whatever the hell he's supposed to be.
Is more mature than I am now, and I'm 30. So, but one of the things that I had a problem with wasn't necessarily the premise. It's when Gon. I've had problems with Gon before this, but then they finally find his whole concept of becoming a hunter.
Yeah, was to find his dad. Because
his dad left him, and instead of turning that internal and going like, "Oh, my dad left me. My dad sucks," he goes, "My dad must have left me because he's awesome. Because being a hunter must be so damn good that it's worth being a bad parent." Pretty much, that was his reason. Then we get the message that Killer will listen to before the Greed Islander. He's like, "I don't actually want to see you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Blah blah blah. You can try to find me, but I'm literally going to run the opposite direction. I never want to see you." And it's okay. That for character building.
You're kind of breaking up a little there, Griever. I think you're having a little bit of connection issues.
Oh, sorry. Well, I gotta go inside for a minute anyways. Maybe that'll help.
Maybe. You're sounding fine now. It was just when you were talking there, you were breaking up.
Oh, okay. So, basically, to shorten it up then, since I broke up a little bit there, was Gon gets the message from his father, him and Killer will listen to it, and Gon has zero reaction. It's like, your entire purpose for becoming a hunter and all this shit that you did was to go find your dad because you think your dad's a great person, and even to be a shitty parent, to be a hunter, and he basically slapped you in the face, and he has zero problems or reactions to it.
Let's see, does the chat have any response to this? Because I had some thoughts about it as well.
That's what bothered me, at least, because I was like, that's not a bad thing to do to his character, but the fact that his character did not react totally took me away from it, and that's why I couldn't keep reading. So I was just like Gon's entire motivation, that'd be like Luffy had Usopp spoiled halfway through the series, they could find out what the One Piece is, and Luffy goes, "I don't want to know that because that defeats my entire motivation to go be the Pirate King." They could have found out in chapter 400. It's chapter 1000. He still hasn't found out. So it's like, but Luffy said no because that's my goal. That'd be like Naruto becoming Hokage before the painter. Why do you keep reading? His motivation was just shattered. Or somebody tells Naruto, you can never be Hokage of this village because X, Y, and Z, and that's concrete. So Naruto's entire thing is shattered. Gon's entire motivation from up to that point that I understood it was completely taken away from him. And not only did he not care or rise above it or anything he just literally didn't care. He didn't wallow in self-pity. He didn't rise above it. He didn't have any character development for something that is literally his core motivation in the series. That's why I dropped it. I mean, that's the way I saw it. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I just read it with the wrong headspace. But that's the way it came across in the manga. Maybe the anime does it way better. Maybe they handle that situation better. Maybe Gon cries in the anime. I don't know.
I don't. He doesn't. I don't think he did. I don't remember that happening. I think because Gon's motivation is not oh, I want to meet my dad because he's my dad. Well, maybe a bit. How do I explain this? I think Gon is more interested in just the journey of having to try and find his dad because it's the biggest scavenger hunt ever to try and find him, and he wants to go through the process of trying to find him. He wants to experience the journey of trying to find him.
Which would be great if they explained that in a very Luffy One Piece way, but that's not the way it ever came across.
I think it gets brought up again later, and it's kind of explained that way if I remember it correctly.
Maybe, and once again, I skimmed the manga once, and then I had to read it again because people said I was wrong. So I read it again thoroughly, and I don't remember. Not that he didn't show emotion or whatever, but I don't remember him like that coming across at least well. Like, we get that the end goal in One Piece is the One Piece, but we also know that Luffy's enjoying the adventure to get to the One Piece. If there is no treasure, as he has said multiple times, if there's no One Piece, if it doesn't actually exist, that doesn't matter to him. He just wants to go on an adventure. Had Gon never really states that, at least as far as I knew in the manga, it was more like, what's your reasoning for doing this? Well, my dad is a shitty, like, abandonment father, and I'm going to become a hunter because clearly that was better than raising me. Like, there's a lot to unpack there with that statement alone, and it literally doesn't affect Gon as a 12, 11-year-old kid. That makes no sense.
Yeah, Gon's a bizarre case. I don't care enough about Gon to discuss this for like half an hour. So
Well, no,
I find
that's
other
fair.
characters far more interesting and compelling than Gon. Though he does have his moments at points. Not necessarily that they're compelling, but that I find them interesting.
I like his interaction with Ahsoka. Those are
Yeah,
cool.
that's interesting. And I like his friendship with Killua. I like various aspects of his friendship with Killua. I find it very interesting. Mostly on Killua's end. Because Gon is someone who makes friends very easily, whereas Killua's never really had a friend before. And Gon's personality and experiences are like the biggest contrast in the world to what Killua had gone through throughout his whole childhood. So I find their friendship pretty interesting to watch, and some interesting stuff happens with it. I think it takes some turns.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would like to, as I said, one day I might end up picking that up. As I said, I've been toying with that being the read-through thing because honestly, outside of Gon, I like most of the other characters in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
I really do.
Like I found
So-
when I was watching York New, they would be doing like all this stuff with Kurapika and the Phantom trope, and I'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. And then we go back to Gon, and I'm like, all right, I guess.
You know what it feels like to me? It feels like reading My Hero Academia, where it's like, My Hero Academia, let's be honest, other than Stain, that series was mid-tier at best. Once they started focusing on the villains, that series became a solid damn read-through. Like, that's just the way it happened.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
Yeah.
I could be full of shit.
So you're thinking about Hunter x Hunter. I would also recommend, if you don't decide to do that, read Tokyo Ghoul. I mean, I know you want to read it anyway, but I think it would make a pretty decent stream series.
That was the other one. How many chapters is that?
Okay, so including a bonus chapter, I think it's 144.
That'd be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Because we know that I like to have fun on stream, so it's like 10 chapters a stream, pretty much.
Yeah, and Tokyo Ghoul is a little... like, the first chunk of it is more of like a thriller horror thing, and then we get into the battle stuff. But I'd heard some people complain about it, but I didn't really mind, because I think they built up to it long enough. But yeah, it's pretty solid.
I was trying to think when you asked me that out, honestly, I couldn't think of the one you had recommended, and I was like, shit, I know what answers he's looking for. Hunter x Hunter, sure.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't think, because I remember you said Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
Tokyo
that's
Ghoul
actually a good idea.
Is very famous, which is weird, because apparently after the first season of the anime, it's shit, because they just fucking rushed through it. They they finished one season and they put
two,
everything else in.
I heard it was all filler. Like, that's not how the manga goes.
Oh, so they did anime original? Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what ended up happening. Which, you know what, is ironic, because that's something I complain about a lot when I'm watching current anime, is that they're trying to do panel for panel of manga, and it's like, that's great, but at the same time, don't do that. Anime always used to be separate from manga, but in a good way. Like, they would fix things that were wrongly paced or improperly, or we need to add this episode here.
Oh, speaking of, did you watch that video I sent you earlier comparing the Rengoku and Akaza fight to the manga from the movie?
You sent me a video. When did you send me that?
I sent a video in the server. Probably should have pinged you again.
I don't think. Yes, see, sometimes I gotta turn my notifications have not been working on my phone. Like, I'm getting the weirdest shit. Like, sometimes I'll open Discord. There's no like little red icon. I got an iPhone. There's no little red like 1, 2, 3 or anything like that. I open it. I have 9 notifications. I have to scroll through your Discord. I have to scroll through King of Lightning's. I got to scroll through mine and try to find all the tags. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. So I do miss shit. I don't know what happened. I was just trying to turn off, like, I didn't want to be notified, like, every single time.
Oh yeah, I
post a
turned off my
video,
notifications a while ago.
Yeah, but I still want to know when I'm tagged or it's in my Discord.
So I have to check every once in a while now, because I don't get notified.
Yeah, I started doing that. But anyways, yeah. But no, I haven't checked that out yet. But I definitely will now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, they padded that the fuck out for the movie. They like doubled the length of the fight, and my god, did it do wonders for it.
And that's what you want in an anime.
Yeah, that's what you want. Like, the fight was alright in the manga. But for the movie, holy shit, is it amazing.
Exactly. And you know what's so funny? In my generation, I guess, it was people complaining about Dragon Ball Z episodes, like powering up for 3 episodes. Nowadays, the new generation is saying power up for 3 episodes. It's so funny how the generations have changed.
Yeah.
It's like, we miss that. Like, not maybe to that extent, but you know the Frieza fight is still like the longest running anime fight in TV history.
How long was the whole thing?
It was... How many episodes? 22 episodes.
Holy
and
fuck, that's like a whole season of an anime these days.
Yeah, that's not Frieza versus everybody else beforehand. That's Frieza versus Goku alone. Before that, it was Frieza going through all his forms fighting Piccolo, Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin. And that was another, like, it was 40 episodes. The whole saga was Frieza fight. And it was 2 whole seasons of just them fighting. But Goku versus Frieza alone was like 20-odd episodes. And yeah, like, it's still a really good fight. And it's like some fights don't translate well. It's one of the biggest problems with Seven Deadly Sins, because Seven Deadly Sins fights are very decisive. It's very, boom, bang, boom. And it looks epic in manga because people can sit back and appreciate one, like, double spread for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But when you do it in an anime and you do it shot for shot, it's way too quick. It doesn't have the same impact as a manga panel, because when we get a full page spread.
Oh, when you get a full
anything,
page spread,
it's like, wow, holy shit. We look at it, we contemplate it. It's not 2 seconds on screen like it is in anime. So that's the problem when they translate. It's like, manga is drawn for manga. You animators should have that poetic license and that creativity to go, okay, this worked in manga format with still pages, not gonna work from a movement perspective.
Yeah, that's when they pull out Sakuga to do shit. Or when it gets crazy, they pull out Sakuga to do shit.
Exactly. Like, trust me, Attack on Titan would not be half as popular if they translated that verbatim from
Oh god, no. And even if it got like a good adaptation like Mappa did for season 4, it wouldn't be as popular. When you had Wit having like their whole studio work on it, that's when you get the kind of popularity boost.
Exactly. And I don't begrudge any of these series, actually. I just want people to acknowledge that the anime is half the reason. Demon Slayer was going to be canceled?
I need to check that, actually, because I remember hearing the sales weren't actually that bad.
They weren't bad, but they were talking about axing it. Neither were Bleach or Naruto.
Here's how big 3, Demon Slayer's anime boosted the manga sales. Can I please get a bar graph or something? Can I get a little chart here? Yeah. Oh fuck, it's going to give me a video.
Yeah, but here's, I actually did read up on this, Misc. I don't know the actual numbers, but the series was doing okay. Not bad, but it was only okay.
Yeah.
And not actually while the Demon Slayer anime was airing. It wasn't until, and because the editor himself said, it wasn't while it was airing, the sales didn't really rise any. It's once it was over and people could binge watch it. Because binge watching is the thing nowadays.
Yeah, actually, it didn't get added to Netflix until like a few months ago, so it was just on Crunchyroll, I think.
Yeah, and once it got added to Crunchyroll as a full binge watchable series, all of a sudden the sales just went through the roof because people wanted more. Because people aren't watching every week. Even I slack off on that shit.
Yeah.
People aren't sitting there watching the episode every Wednesday night. Why would I bother? I can just binge watch the next 5 next month. I'll catch up. Big deal, right? I got 2 hours to spare. Let's watch 4 episodes of anime. So it's nowadays. So the editor actually said, that the sales weren't bad, but they weren't great, and we were thinking about sort of like canceling the series after a certain section. I forget what he said, and then all of a sudden it went through the roof. And once again, it's the same with One Punch Man. It's the same with Attack on Titan. Like the problem is, you talk to the people who are in that fan base. Talk to any of those three, and they will say, "No, this is peak fiction. This is the greatest thing of all time. You're just jealous." It's like, what am I jealous of? I'm not a mangaka. Yeah. I'm not jealous of shit. I'm just acknowledging that, yes, these are great series with amazing studio bones and A1 Pictures and all these Madhouse Entertainment and all these great studios are doing fantastic work. Just acknowledge that this is not the greatest story ever written either.
Yeah, it's people on Twitter need to acknowledge
exactly.
That. I'm trying to figure out when various release dates happen. Because it looks like it finally hit 3 million sales with the 13th volume. So it was doing like over 1 million sales by like volume 3 or whatever. Or it had 3 million sales with the volumes. So the Japanese release, okay, so this was actually like a year before the anime started. So it was actually doing quite well. And then it was actually doing not bad. Around the time, like a year-ish before the anime started. A year? Actually, no, this may have been more like 6 months before the anime started. It was doing not terrible. It was actually doing fairly well and started to have a spike in sales, actually. Started going up. I assume that's around when like a trailer or something came out. So the sales started going up then, and then they just kind of kept increasing. And then at some point the anime starts, and it just goes like in a straight line up in the air. You're muted. I have no idea if you did this intentionally or not. I'm just speaking out loud. Well, in this case, in the meantime, let us take a check at the chat. I'm sure there's a shitload for me to read now. Omar said, do you think Panda's final core will allow him to fight on a special grade level? Maybe. I don't know. Dradagoat asks, what's all the manga you've read, Misc? Oh, fuck. Let's see. What manga have I read? I have read... Of course. What was the... I think I read... Demon Slayer, My Hero, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kengan, Record of Ragnarok, I've read Fire Force, I've read...
A fair number.
Yeah, I've read Hell's Paradise, I've read Attack on Titan, I've
not read Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise is very good as well. You could also do a reaction stream for that. And it's finished, so you would be able to read the whole thing. Although Tokyo Ghoul is also finished. But that's, actually, Hell's Paradise is shorter. It's 128 plus a bonus chapter. Actually, I just noticed both of those series have bonus chapters. Like, a bonus chapter.
I think I'll actually do Tokyo Ghoul just because I think my dislike of Gon is really going to get negative press on the...
Probably a little bit.
On the Hunter x Hunter. I think I'll like Tokyo Ghoul, so I think...
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul's pretty good. I know a lot of people really like the main character. I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's as good as a lot of people say he is, but maybe I just haven't thought about it enough. I also haven't read Tokyo Ghoul Re, which is the second part. So I don't know what happens in that. I've just heard that that RE is not as good, and that the ending is kind of bad. Or, well, so I've heard. I'm gonna read Re, though. I think I'll probably read like another 100 chapters of Toriko, and then I'll read Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Oh yeah, and you and I eventually, maybe not on the stream, but you and I need to talk some Toriko. I gotta know where you're at, how you're feeling.
I think I just finished chapter 97, so they just left the gourmet showcase.
Oh wow. Oh, so you're not even... I mean, you're a third of the way through, but still.
Yeah, I've still got a ways to go. I haven't really done much reading this week, because I've been doing other stuff. But I'll probably do reading. I'll probably read some more Toriko this week.
Oh, and I think Deep was trying to. Oh, he left.
Oh, I don't know. He left. I don't know what was going on there.
Oh, sorry, Deep.
Yep, sorry. Alright, where was I with the chat? Yeah, I was, okay, I don't remember exactly all the manga I've read, but I've read, like a dozen. And there are still more that I need to read. Mordan asked, have you caught up with God of High School? You made a rambling video about it, didn't you? Yeah, I caught up with it then, and I've been keeping up with it. Red Hood said, how would you feel if Tarashi was a clone, or just looked like Oma, like Gao does? I don't know. I think everyone's already assumed he's going to be a clone because of the mask and mystery aspect. People asking questions, retracted messages. Kanye says, my shoulders also hurt. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what kind of fucking pose I had to be sleeping in for both of my shoulders to be hurting.
I'm waiting until you get to all the hate I'm getting from the chat, I'm sure.
Oh, is there? Oh, boy.
I don't know. I haven't read it. I'm on my phone, so.
Oh, boy. The one thread. Is that you, Fuse? I forget who the one thread is. I'm pretty sure it's Fuse. My formless is better than your formless, Misc, for sure. Oh, I fucking bet it is. Sun Eater says, the new info for Yumi just makes him more disappointing than he ever stopped training when he got into Purgatory. Yeah, it seems like with a lot of these characters they hyped up, they then had to explain why they weren't as cool when we actually saw them fight. Skin says, Misc, if you love JJK, you need to read Yu Yu Hakusho. Gege outright said the majority of his inspiration came from it. I do plan on reading or watching it at some point.
It's very good. It's old school, but it's very good. Yeah,
I've been meaning to watch it. I know about the Dark Tournament, and I'm quite interested in that. But I know there's more to it than just the Dark Tournament. So we'll be checking that out at some point. Senator Grom said, does Baki have the most stupid logic? Maybe. I don't know. Baki has a lot of dumb shit, but it's like cool dumb shit. They do like really absurd stuff, but it's done in such a way that's very entertaining. Marco says, I think it somewhat redeems her, to be honest, because what can she do? She's completely powerless. Literally anyone can kill her at any time. What, Maki's mom? Maybe a bit, yeah. I do get the impression from Maki's mom, it's like sort of this thing where, you know, in an abusive household, a lot of the times the other people being abused will also be terrible because they've been subjected to abuse. And I kind of get that impression from Maki's mother. The one thread says hierarchy is best strength, yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be the elder, because I think Naoya said he has older brothers, but he was the person to behead if Megumi wasn't there. And also they picked Megumi over Naoya. So, I guess it is kind of a strength thing, but then also you have to take into account all the other factors, because it's a big political thing, so if, I don't know, your potential future heirs are weak, and, in the case of the Zen clan, women, you're not going to become head of the clan. Because they don't want to deal with that bullshit after the fact. Daniel asks, Misc, have you taken any guesses yet for Hakari's ability? Yeah, I think it's my biggest guess, like the one thing that I'm kind of leaning towards is it's going to be something about gambling. Daniel says JJK powers are hard to predict. You bet it. George says, turns out Juzo was a prodigy, I guess, or he just really dedicated a lot of time to his hobby. Marco said, not at this point, I need to see what happens to Maki, and I honestly want to see Nobara's current status. We will find that out at some point. Sonny asks, what will Michael Nostradamus' ability be? I don't know, we've already gotten a kind of future sight thing. Well, no, it's future sight. But maybe Nostradamus' thing will be more long-term, because Nostradamus' whole shtick, the reason he's famous, was because he predicted a bunch of shit that happened centuries down the line. So it may be something a bit different. Nurse says, Megumi needs to do something. His time will come, don't worry. Drunk Matter is here saying, hey, what's up? Bob says he has to go. Trek says, hello, y'all. Euler says, did someone say Maki tag team? Yeah, I think her and Mai are gonna work together. Van says, history teacher? I don't know, who's the history teacher here? Sunny Underground asks, what will the meme for Liu versus Nitoku be? Listen, we never know what it's gonna be until it starts, and there's usually a new one every chapter. Koji says, gotta go, take care. Thanks, Koji. Sunny says, guess who the guy is in my picture? I don't know, I can't tell from here, it's too small. Ban says he'll be back later, if the stream's still here. Gojo Satoru says, what's up, Misc? Not much. Daniel says, Hunter x Hunter. Oh, fuck. Oh, the chat's moving. Daniel says, Hunter x Hunter's manga is hard to read. The manga has a shit ton of monologue. It does, and I think that a benefit of the anime is that it's not a bunch of reading. It's the narrator talking. And I like the narrator in the Chimera Ant arc. I don't give a shit what other people say. I think he does a great job. Kanye says, oh wait, Skin says, oh, well, fuck it, I'm losing track here. Kanye says, the point is that Gon has a bad ideology and that he's very immature. Yeah. Skin says, now my biggest problem with Gon was in the anime, he loses his shit. Okay. Alright, so that's something that's a problem with the anime that I've found out about, is the anime skips chapter 1 for pacing reasons. Or allegedly. And you don't find out about the content of chapter 1 until later through like flashback, which does not sound like a great idea. So Gon meets Kite in the first chapter of Hunter x Hunter, and he's the person who introduces him to the concept of being a hunter. Though you say in the anime, so I assume this means you read the manga as well. So yeah, I probably just wasted time on that. Where was I? Yeah, Gon has to find a new ideology. Sunny Underground says, the worst father is Yujiro. Yeah, Yujiro is a terrible dad. Kanye says, Gon doesn't care if his dad doesn't want him. He still wants to find him. Yeah, I get it. Like, he doesn't care if Jean wants to see him or not. He's like, I want to find you. Because it sounds fun, I guess. I want to go on the journey to try and find you. KL13 says, or is that KI? KI13. Zen Clan is so trash. Also, Maki been hitting the gym ever since Jogo burned her, because goddamn. Yeah, listen, I don't think we've ever actually seen Maki without sleeves before. So I have no idea if she's been this buff this whole time. It's possible that she has. I appreciate that detail, because it's kind of weird sometimes in anime when a character's really strong but they look normal, so it doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, outside anime logic. But, you know, Maki is strong, so of course she's got some muscle going on. Marcos says, I think Gon is a sociopath, and that's how Togashi kind of writes him. What's the quote? There's nothing more innocent and cruel than a child. I think that's the idea with Gon.
Hey, what did I miss?
Not much. I've just been reading the chat because there's a bit. Yeah, I think the idea with Gon is that Gon does not have the sense of what's good and bad. He just has a sense of what's interesting and what's helpful to himself and his friends, and that leads to stuff happening. Jandra says, hi, Misc, another stream and another day I'll be going to sleep. Have fun, man. I will. Enjoy your sleep. Nurse says, wish Black Clover had that type of animation. Yeah, I understand that early Black Clover was fucking rough for the anime. But the newer stuff has been pretty decent, and it's had its moments. You know, it's gotten its Sakuga in there, so... Well, I guess actually the Black Clover anime is over, and now they're doing a movie, and then they're probably gonna switch to seasonal, I guess. Well, we're assuming they're gonna switch to seasonal, which would probably be better for the production quality. I'm assuming this is Fuse. Who else? Good question. Nerd said, do you think Yuno will wash Zenon, or will the fight be equal? I think it's going to be about equal. I don't think he's going to wash Zenon. KI13 said, Ogi disposed of their own army to fuck over Maki for familial clout, and he wonders why no one trusts him as the leader. Well, I don't know if he got rid of it. I don't know if he disposed of it. It depends on the translation you read. I think it would not make sense for them to throw away, like destroy all their cursed tools. They're still useful. Just wait for Maki to be killed, and then you can use them again. Sunny said my picture's Nicolas Cage from Face Off. Oh, yeah, it's too small on my screen for me to be able to tell. Maury Down said, I heard you talking about Gilgamesh in a previous stream. Have you watched Fate then? No, I haven't. Someone brought it up, asking if Gilgamesh could beat Gojo or something. Or saying that, the Six Eyes are like noble phantasms, and I was like, I've never watched Fate, so I don't know, and I think Neo and at least one other person on the stream knew about it. But yeah, Moonshadow 935 says Fate a must-watch. Is it now? Maybe some Fates. I've heard that Fate is kind of meh, depending on which Fate that you watch or read. So yeah, now I've caught up with the chat. Yay! I have nothing to do. I don't know what I'm doing now. Yeah. Nurse says we need more information about the Gojo clan. Yeah, we do. We know nothing about them. It's unclear how important the other members are. Well, I'm sure everyone would be relatively unimportant when fucking Gojo is the head of your... Well, it's the Gojo clan. When Satoru Gojo is the head of your clan. Moridan says, oh, I see. Skin says, Maki. Maki's not fucking dead. Like, the end of chapter comment, the preview comment says that the fight will be decided, or what will happen next chapter. It's not over, so Maki's not dead.
The
You
Ghoul is
guys
gonna save her.
need to work on your reading comprehension.
Did I miss anything, Misc, about my hate or what?
I didn't see you really getting any hate. I think it was just some people talking about Gon a little bit, and it wasn't bad. It was just people kind of explaining his character a bit. And,
that's good.
Bro,
Usually-
Gon is a way written character than Naruto. Fight me on it.
Well, hey, I'm not going to argue with Naruto. I'm not going to argue against Naruto. I mean, Naruto is one of the reasons that Naruto sucks. So, but I'm just saying that, yeah, no, because I got a phone call, so I missed out on all that. So just
oh
making
yeah, I'm
sure.
just
I was
reading the
wondering.
chat now. Moonshadow
okay, cool.
says Gilgamesh can't beat Gojo, and I lied. I wouldn't say Fate is a must-watch, but it's definitely a fun watch if you have the free time. That's what I was thinking. I mean, it's
I
UFO
like
table
Fate.
animating it, so...
Bruh, someone told me that Danzo could beat Gojo because of Izanagi. I'm like, bruh, Izanagi just brings you back from the dead. He's like, no, you can make realities with it. What can Gojo do against reality? And I'm like, I'm done. I just left. I left her.
Nurse says, who's going to save Maki? I think Mai could heal her. Don't forget Mai is there. It's time Mai stopped being useless for once. Skin says,
Mai-
rip
Not
Mai.
like
Well,
Mai,
Mai's not
yeah.
dead either yet, but they're both there.
Maya's gonna be broken.
If Mai wasn't shit, she would be broken.
And she's gonna be broken. Watch, while she masters her cursed technique.
No, but the issue is that she doesn't seem to have a lot of cursed energy, so I'm not sure how much training you can do to become better with that. K13 said, or KI13 said, Maki, after surviving being burned by a special grade disaster spirit, low-key gave Maki an appearance that matches her attitude and personality. She looks like she's ready for any kind of smoke. Yeah, I guess. Moridan said, how strong is Gojo? How his ability works? I still don't know much. He can...
Oh wow.
He can manipulate the number line, basically. He manipulates space, to put it in, like, super basic terms. Nurse says, hopefully Megumi has some plans against Naoya, and needs to use the other clans for his purpose. That would work. We could make Noritoshi relevant if we get the Kamo clan involved, and we could meet some more Gojo family members.
I don't think Megumi cares enough to mess with Naoya.
Naoya will make him care enough, because Naoya's gonna be a fucking shit. He's gonna be a pain in the ass later.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna pull up on Megumi, and then he's gonna kill him. That's why
He's gonna do that thing that Toji pulled on Gojo. I saw one person suggest that. When he just pops up behind him and stabs him in the back. I could see that happening.
Oh yeah.
Hard Krish says, people are speculating we might see Hakari or another sorcerer coming if they can't win. I would prefer if Maki and Mai get a win on their own. I would prefer them not have outside intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for all the Maki stands out there, there are just almost as many people that are like, guys, Maki is not that strong.
I know.
Yo, wait,
I've
think
seen a
about
lot
it,
of
though.
it. I've seen quite a
Yo,
bit
wait.
of that.
if you think about it, Maki's still recovering from Dagon, bro, and she's over there fighting her father.
Listen,
The great
Dagon did
Supreme
not
Grade
do that
One.
much to Maki in comparison
No,
to
I mean
Jogo.
Jogo, not
Yeah.
Jogo. And she's over there relative to him, like putting up a fight. So that says
Yeah,
a lot
like,
about Maki. While y'all
Breaking
trying
his
to
sword
clown
and
her.
stuff. Though, just goes to show you in a real sword fight, getting hit once is like, oh, my internal organs are falling out. Uh-oh. Where was I? Skin says Madara would body Gojo, though. I haven't read or watched Naruto, so I don't know.
It's debatable.
It's debatable. Daniel says, Mai doesn't have a lot of cursed energy. If she did, she would be broken. Yeah. Skin is now just saying rip random characters in the chat now. Mori says, so he's an anti-universe? No, not necessarily. I think Gojo is a little too localized space manipulation. Moonshadow said, to put it simply, Gojo can fuck but can't get fucked. Yes, unless he wants to. Sunny Gram says, Shunsui Kaio, the Invincible Beast, or Alan Wu, the King of Slaughter, who has more undeserving nickname? Well, apparently Alan has actually killed people, so I'd say Shunsui has the least deserved epithet.
What was Shunsui's name?
The Shunsui from Baki is called the Invincible Beast, and he gets beaten within 5 seconds of coming out into the ring.
Oh, bro, I don't read Baki. I think Baki's goofy.
Well, Baki is goofy, but I appreciate some of the goofiness occasionally. It's fun sometimes.
I like the original Baki. It's like the old one, like the one before the Netflix one, with like Jack Hanma and the tournament and everything.
Yeah.
That one was good. I like that one. They started getting goofy afterwards.
K13 says Naruto stopped being good when ninjas became bootleg Saiyans and Puppet Master ninjas were made useless. Interesting. Nurse says next few chapters will tell us a lot about Megami's leadership. Maybe. Skin says no, Madara Limbo clones can bypass the infinity. Is this verified?
But I'm done. I argue with Naruto people all the time about this, bro.
Listen, I don't argue with stans on the internet.
Yeah, Naruto tards just trigger me.
I'm not saying you're a stan. Whoever said that, fucking Skin, I have no idea. But I don't care. Nura says Yami would clap Madara. Skin says rip Toto and Inumaki's arms. Yeah, I guess so. Hardkrish Maki's the next Toji, but how that works when we got Yuji, who's confirmed stronger, has more fighting skills, and is kind of half cursed. Well, because Maki will be super strong without any cursed energy at all. Morden says, can Gojo solo the Record of Ragnarok verse? Maybe. I don't know if any of those guys could touch him. I question how Eyes of the Lord would work on the Infinity. Because I don't think necessarily having the Infinity would mean that it would work, but Adam would probably get worn out fighting Gojo.
Yeah. I don't think Gojo gets tired, does he?
No, actually, because of Reverse Curse, he never gets tired now. Or at least he doesn't get exhausted.
He would just outlast Adam, bro. It's over.
Yeah, Gojo would probably outlast Adam. K13 says, I feel like Hakari's curse technique would function similar to Magna's Soul Chain Deathmatch, but with a gambling element. I could see something like that. I could see his gambling is something where it affects the other person's power, or it affects both of their powers at the same time. That could work.
Yeah, Hakari has to be mad hacks if he's on Gojo level.
Skid says Gojo, as far as I know, doesn't have astral defense. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't. So I guess maybe if something...
Wait, yes, he does? Because curses are astral.
No, I think he means, like, mind shit.
Yeah, what's it called? Infinity's, like, sidekick. That's a sidekick attack.
Is it? It's more like a spatial thing.
And the whole thing about cursed word techniques, if it, like...
Because it travels through the sound waves.
Yeah, but it like affects your brain. That's why you protect your ears and your brain. Like you reinforce it with curse energy.
No, but like if something didn't have to travel a distance to affect Gojo, the deal with the Infinity is if something has to travel to reach you, it's not gonna hit you.
Yeah, but
because it's gonna have to
remember,
travel through
remember,
infinity.
he like refreshes his brains using reverse curse, so like it's already like protected by
Yeah,
curse
so then
energy,
I guess
basically.
maybe he wouldn't be affected by it.
Yeah.
Moonshadow says doesn't need it, literally can't be touched. Skin says Toji versus current Utah. Did you see how the fight between Toji and a teenage Gojo ended? It would end about as well as that did. Skin I could argue Adam could beat Gojo. Well, fucking give me that argument. Nurse says, could gravity affect Gojo's ability? Good question. K13 says, oh jeez, I'm yawning a lot now. I didn't think I was tired. Since when can Limbo clones overcome the Limitless? It literally makes him untouchable unless he wants to be touched. Moonshadow says Gojo's ability is pretty similar to gravity. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Sun Eater asked, which Purgatory fighter has the coolest nickname?
I'm pretty sure like Gojo has the gravity negation. He flies, but, you know.
Yeah, well, because that's through manipulating infinity. So maybe. Which Purgatory fighter has the coolest nickname? I'm thinking probably Nicholas does. The Grim Reaper of Paris. That's probably the coolest epithet. I always forget the word epithet right before I say it. Skin says, y'all are tripping. If Gojo locks eyes with Madara, it's over. Naruto fans know what I mean. Gojo wears a fucking blindfold most of the time. KI13 says, I don't know if Infinity can stop mental attacks like Genjutsu. Yeah. In theory, if it has to travel a distance, it would not reach Gojo. But if it doesn't, if it's hacks, where if you just enter a zone, and it's just like, then I guess it wouldn't help. Nurse, do you think Julius has the Time Devil? Like, what the fuck was his name supposed to be? Astaroth or something? Or was that Lucifugus? No, I don't. I think Julius has his own thing going on. Because we've seen that devils can sometimes have the same magic as, humans do. So no. Skin says you have a Gojo isn't untouchable in the Limbo dimension. I don't know what any of this shit is. Like, I haven't watched or read Naruto, so I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Stop talking about fucking Naruto. Oh my god. Naruto is so winged.
Well, I wouldn't know, because I haven't watched it. I just know I've heard a lot of people say it's great, and a lot of people say it's shit. So...
It's good if you're a meathead.
Well, maybe. I'm a little bit of a meathead sometimes. As long as it's not fucking stupid shit. As long as it's not terribly written.
It's terribly written. I mean, like, the war arc's pretty terrible. But, it's just me. My opinion.
Sun Underground says, do you think Waka and Rahito should switch nicknames? No, why? Because what the fuck does the Wild Tiger have to do with Rahito? And what is well, I guess Rahito's the Superman, but that's just because Rahito's full of shit. Yeah, I don't know if the Wild Tiger really works for Rahito. I guess sometimes he wears, like, tiger print shorts. I don't know. Or is that leopard print, actually?
Well, is it spots or stripes?
I think it's spots.
If it's spots, it's either leopard or jaguar. Or cheetah.
Rahito. From Kengan. Show me. Yeah, I think those are cheetah print. Yeah, those, they don't really have anything to do with each other. May says the most hype fight I'm waiting for is Faye versus Oma. I'm waiting for that one. I am excited for, but I think Lolong versus Wakatsuki. That's what I'm looking forward to. Nurse says, would you be mad if Julius turned out to be evil? A little bit. Yeah, I probably would be a little mad. Alright, I think that was a pretty good stream. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Had some fun
It was a
conversation.
good stream. It was a very good stream.
Indeed it was. Thank you guys for watching, you guys in the chat. Thank you to, who was it who donated again? One of you. Where are you?
Honey Mustard. I
Honey
believe,
Mustard, thank
or
you very
something.
much for that. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around. I guess the next video will be the Kengan review for this week, so look forward to that, I guess. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.